Hello, today we are going to make a crochet lanyard necklace, and for that I'm using number 10 crochet thread. I'm using a deep burgundy red and two different color greens. Of course, you use the colors you want. You don't even need three different colors. And you could use more pastel summer type colors as well. We need an embroidery needle. These are optional, but I'm going to use six 6mm pearls. We need a crochet hook. This is a 3 or 2.10 millimeter, and a pair of scissors. And that's all we need. I'm going to begin with my lighter green. Now chain 10. Okay, now double crochet in the 4th chain from hook. Double crochet in the next chain. Now we're going to half double crochet in the next 2 chains. Now single crochet in the next 2 chains. And slip stitch in this last chain. Chain 2. And now we're going to work back up the other side of our chain. So we're going to slip stitch in this first stitch, single crochet in the next 2 chains, half double crochet in the next 2 chains, now double crochet in the last 2 chains, chain 3, and slip stitch in this little center area where our other chain is. Now chain 28. Here are my 28 chains, and now we are just going to crochet a leaf just like before. So double crochet in the 4th chain from hook, and double crochet in the next chain, half double crochet in the next 2 chains, and single crochet in the next 2 chains, slip stitch in the next chain, chain 2. Now working along the opposite side of the chain, slip stitch in the first chain, single crochet in the next 2 chains, half double crochet in the next 2 chains, And now double crochet in the last 2 chains. You can hear the duck, I'm sorry. Chain 3 and slip stitch in this little center chain. Okay, now chain 200. Now I have 200 chains. We're going to make our last leaf, but we need to go in the opposite direction so that it'll lay correctly. So now this time for our leaf, we're going to slip stitch in the second chain from hook, single crochet in the next 2 chains, half double crochet in the next 2 chains, double crochet in the next 2 chains, now chain 3, and slip stitch into the same stitch that we double crocheted in. Now chain 3, double crochet in the next 2 chains, working along the opposite side, half double crochet in the next 2 chains, single crochet in the next 2 chains, and slip stitch in this last chain, chain 2, and slip stitch in our first single crochet. So there's our last leaf. So now we are going to chain 1, and we're going to single crochet in the next 6 stitches. So it's going to be 1 single crochet in each of the 2 singles, 1 in each of the 2 halves, and 1 in each of the 2 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now work 3 single crochet in this chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3. Now slip stitch in that same space. Now working on this long 200 chain length, we are simply going to slip stitch in every one of our 200 chains. Well, I guess it's not actually 200 because we used 10 of them down here, but just slip stitch all the way until you get to the very next leaf. Okay, I have slip stitched my way to my next leaf. Now working in the chain 3 space of this leaf, slip stitch, chain 1, work 3 single crochet in this same space, now we're going to single crochet in each stitch across, so it's 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're not going to do anything with the slip stitch that we did here. But in this chain 2 space at the bottom of this leaf, let's work 1 single crochet. Now going back to our chain, we will slip stitch into each chain until we get to the next leaf. I have slip stitched down to the next leaf, and we're going to do the same thing. Slip stitch in this chain 3 space, chain 1, work 3 single crochet in the same space, and single crochet in each of these stitches, so this will be 6. So 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now just ignore that slip stitch from before. And in this little chain 2 space, we are going to work 2 single crochets. And working back up the leaf again, we're just going to single crochet in each of these 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now in that chain 3 space, we're going to work 3 single crochet, slip stitch in that same space. Now we are going to slip stitch our way back to the next leaf, slip stitching in our slip stitches. So slip stitch in each slip stitch until you come to the next leaf, and we'll go on from there. Okay, I have slip stitched my way to the next leaf. Now let's single crochet in that chain 2 space. Now we're going to single crochet in each one of these 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sorry about the dog. Now 3 single crochet in this chain 3 space, and slip stitch in that same chain 3 space. Now working along our slip stitches, we're going to slip stitch in each slip stitch across, just like we did before. And maybe you would like to see you slip stitch how you want. The way I'm doing it is I'm using the outer loop, but you do it however you want to. and just slip stitch your way to the very next leaf. Okay, I have made it to my last leaf, so let's slip stitch in that chain 3 space, chain 1, 3 single crochet in that same space, then 6 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, ignoring that slip stitch, 2 single crochet in this chain 2 space, and slip stitch in that first single crochet to join. Now fasten off and weave in your ends. Now, if you want to include pearls or beads of any kind, you put yours where you want them. I'm just going to show you how I do it. But I place mine where these 2 chain 3 spaces are. I have my embroidery needle with my light green thread. Just place it up through that one space. Place on a pearl. And then back down through that chain 3, well, through the next chain 3 space. Don't need quite that much thread. Then I just turn it over, tie it in a knot, and then weave in the ends. And that's all there is to it. So there's our bead in the center of our leaf, or center top. Okay, here are my 3 leaves with the little pearls in the center. So our necklace is done. Now, if you want to make another one just like this, you could do that. My second one, I work it exactly the same as this one, only once I get finished this leaf, chain 230 and then come around and do this leaf, so that our second one has only 2 leaves rather than 3. And I did mine in the darker green. So here it is with just 2 leaves. And I'll take pictures and show you what it looks like with just one necklace or two different colors. And then I'll also take pictures of this one in the light green so that you can see what it looks like if you use the same colors. So now we move on to the flower. So for the flower, I'm using Burgundy, and all we need to do at this point is chain 52. I have 52 chains. Now let's half double crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then half double crochet in each chain across. Okay, I have half double crocheted all the way across. Now chain 3. And work 4 triple or treble crochets in this first half double crochet. So I have 4 triple crochet, and we're going to count this chain 3 as a triple crochet. So technically this is 5. Now single crochet in the next half double crochet, then work 5 triple in the next half double crochet, single in the next, 5 in the next, single in the next, all the way across. Okay, I have made my way across. Now I am just going to slip stitch down here into the bottom of that triple, just like that. Now let's fasten off, leaving ourselves a tail so that we can stitch our flower together. Let's get our embroidery needle. Okay, I have threaded my needle onto my tail, and now we're just going to roll this flower up and stitch it to itself. I always take a couple of stitches right here at the beginning to hold that center where I want it. You just stitch it the way you want to. Now just roll it all the way around itself until we form a flower. Turn it over, make sure everything looks the way you want it to, and once you're satisfied, just go ahead and stitch up this back. Okay, I have stitched up my flower, tucked in my ends and cut those off, and I'm just using what I have left from that because I'm going to put a pearl in the center of my flower, and obviously you don't have to if you don't want to. I just think it adds a little something. Pull this through, get my little pearl, and then go back through the center of the flower, but not in the same space that I came out of. Tighten this up. So here's our little pearl tucked in there. And now back here, just tie a knot. And then weave in your ends. And we'll move on. Okay, now it's time to attach our rose to our necklace. And you can put yours, of course, wherever you want. I think I'm going to go right about there. I have my embroidery needle with the light green thread, and I'm just going to take some stitches in the rose and then into the necklace, and I don't know, stitch it a couple times to where you're satisfied that it's on there well enough. And once you get this section attached, then you're going to skip this center part and then reattach your thread here and stitch it on this side. So this middle will be open and the two sides will be stitched down. So get those stitched down, weave in your ends, and we'll come back. Okay, my little rose is sewn on, and the way you put this necklace on is you take the other end of your necklace and place it through this little flower, and with the other one you also just place it through, going through one side and then the other. I mean, you can put as many or as few of these necklace pieces on here as you want. And also, if you want a longer necklace, just chain more, and that will give you a longer necklace. But there we go. And there is our little crochet necklace. hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.